All right, yo. It's your boy Indigo X, and we are back. We are back. It's been a long time since I've done this. Um, yeah, that's all I can really say about it. We're back with another episode, another banger, and this time we have another superstar from Columbia, South Carolina. Her name is Dooozy with three O's. Make sure
There
you
you
use
go.
all three O's. What's up?
Yes.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. This is honestly an honor to be a part of what you're doing here. And I really appreciate you reaching out to me. This is just love. I appreciate it.
Most definitely, most definitely. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. Just tell the people where you're from, just your roots, where you from.
So I'm originally from Connecticut. I've been in Columbia half my life. So I call Columbia home. Um, I be bouncing around all over South Carolina, to be honest. I don't really have a set place, but Columbia definitely is home for me. But I take nothing away from Connecticut. They birthed me, they raised me, so I can't take nothing away from Connecticut. But Columbia is something I would just always call home.
Okay, so what's the biggest difference you think between Connecticut and South Carolina, other than the weather? Because I know it's
Okay, I was about to
cold in
say the biggest
Connecticut.
difference is the weather for
Yeah.
one, but but honestly, I want to say the hospitality. When I first moved to South Carolina, the Southern hospitality was something very, very new to me. I thought people were trying to be funny. Just wasn't. I would walk in a gas station or walk into a grocery store, people saying hello. I thought that was real weird at first. But as I get older, I've realized that I'm a Southern Belle. You're gonna have to speak to me when I walk in a room. Like, that's just I've just grown to be like that now. But that's definitely the biggest difference. Like the people, the attitudes, the love here is a lot different than in Connecticut because they are real straight face, blank face, not really giving you nothing. So
That's most definitely true. I went to Connecticut to visit my uncle one time when I was real
mhm.
little, and it wasn't a fun trip at all because every day we wanted to do something, we had to shovel snow. So it was
Yep.
it was a workout that whole week. So that was yeah, that was definitely an
Definitely.
experience. Yeah. So growing up, you are artists. So growing up, who was like on your wall? Like who was your early inspirations?
um, Growing up, which is really surprising to most people, my biggest icon, my biggest idol was probably Britney Spears. I know that's really weird. A lot of people wouldn't put us together, but Britney, I really was born on Britney. I feel like she raised me. I feel like me and her are one. Me and my cousin used to always bump Britney between Britney and Christina. Like, I'm from Connecticut, so we wasn't really, too cultured there. You know what I'm saying? We were very, unseasoned over there. But Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera definitely were like my main ones.
So how many Britney songs do you can spit off the top of the head?
Listen, her new, no, I can't even say her new stuff, but like her most recent stuff hit
Hmm.
so hard. I think it hit harder now because I'm grown, but like Womanizer and
Uh-huh.
IFUCK Me, those two right there. And I feel like all Britney fans know those two songs right there because they hit like her whole Circus album. If you know Britney, you know
Yeah.
that album there really
Mhm.
did something to me.
Okay, so get into the name Doozy with three
Okay.
O's. Where does that
Mhm.
originate from?
Okay, so it's actually a funny story. I was a kid, in high school, and the song Suit and Tie came out. And, if you know the song, he says doozy in the song. She's just a little doozy when she does it. And I was just like, what's that word? I never heard of that word. I wasn't really familiar with it. So I Googled it and it meant something bizarre or unique. And I'm like, well,
Okay.
I'm pretty bizarre and I'm pretty unique. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I really like the word. So I changed my Instagram name to Doozy with three O's because Doozy with two O's was taken. It's real,
Oh,
it's very,
okay.
simple, but Doozy with two O's was taken. So I did Doozy with three O's. So once I did that, I changed like everything was Doozy. And then Fun Run came out. And when
I
Fun
didn't know
Run
that.
came out, when Fun Run came out, I made it my username. And I was really
Mhm.
like that in Fun Run. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna toot my own horn. I was really like that in Fun Run. So, like, a lot of people was like, yo, Doozy, who is Doozy? Who is Doozy? Like, who is that? Like, who is that? And so once people realized that it was me, my name no longer existed. You know, I was 100% Dooozy. Everybody would call me that in high school, and then my Instagram name. So it just really stuck. So when I decided to do music, I was just kind of like, you know, I gotta kind of like go with Dooozy, you know, and I it was a part of me at that point. So I just ran with it. It just kind of worked out. It kind of just did its own thing, you know.
So when you are talking to people and they're asking info about you, do you correct people and say it's three O's and not two, or you just let it
Yes,
slide?
I go off. I start off the conversation, you know, what's your name? Oh, I go by Dooozy with three O's. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All
Because like it's not, I feel like Dooozy with two O's is not me. It's just not me. I feel like if you was to Google Dooozy with two O's, I'm not coming up. If you put Dooozy with two O's in YouTube, I'm not coming up. Like you have to put the third O or it's just invalid, you
That's
know? And
important.
I have to start off by saying, even though everybody, almost everybody disregards the third O, but I mean, like, I have to say it. I have to continuously say it. Like, it's just not me. So, yeah.
Has anybody ever mispronounced it with seeing the three O's?
Oh my God. Yeah. I
What's the
get
craziest
dozy.
thing you heard?
I want to say dozy. Dozy is probably, I get that more often than anything.
The
Like it's
three
either
O's?
dozy or doozy. Yeah. It's definitely dozy. People just say dozy. Like, because a lot of people don't even know the word doozy. They've never even heard of that. A
Yeah,
lot of people I've run into. So like when they see the three O's, it completely throws them off. So it's like, you know, doozy. I mean, dozy, 100% dozy,
that's
which is
pretty funny.
wild.
So now the inspiration was Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, but growing up, was it always music, or did you have other like dreams and goals and things like that?
I was always a creative kid.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think music was something that I was planning on doing until like as of like my recent years, probably like 1920. But for me, I was more so like into I was really heavy into animals. So I've always like grew up wanting to be a veterinarian or something in the animal field, or I've just, you know, always been drawing. I was definitely the kid that, you know, drew on my walls, painted on my walls. Like I had those parents who allowed it. Like, you know, I was definitely like I was just use my creativity in any way possible. I was always customizing everything. Everything had to look the way I wanted to look. Like it's just always been that. So when I took that creativity and focused it to one thing that I didn't think that I could do, which was write music, it kind of like worked out for me in a good way. But I never thought that I would be writing music or performing or singing in front of people. Like 4 years ago, probably I would tell you absolutely not. Like getting in front of people and singing was definitely not my thing. It was not my thing.
So speaking on that, now that you're performing actually in front of people, was when was your first performance?
My
Like at
first
for any
performance,
performance?
well, I would say my first performance was probably at my best friend's fashion show.
Okay.
Um, she knew I could sing. She wanted me to sing. I wasn't doing music, had no music, like no original music, nothing like that. I was not doing music for real. But she somehow saw something in me and was like, I want you to get on this stage and I want you to sing this song like you mean it. And I was just like, girl, I am scared. Okay. Like, what do you mean? So like that was my very first performance. And I look back at it all the time and it's like the growth in that is just so wild. But I really do thank her for throwing me out there like that
Mhm.
because it just opened up a new love that I didn't even know I had, you know?
Yeah. So speaking on like the biggest difference from that first one to your latest one, because I remember my first performance I ever did. Went up on stage, the beat started, I sung the hook, and then I went completely blank. I forgot every single thing I said in my verse. I couldn't say anything. I was just lost for words. So just talk about your
Definitely.
growth performing because it is a big thing.
My when I first was performing, like I feel like my anxiety kind of took over me. It was more so like I was messing up wasn't really a issue. It was more so like what people were thinking that really like, you know, I feared the unknown. So like you know, just wondering what people are thinking of me or if I'm doing it right or if I'm singing it right or if I'm giving praise. It's just a whole lot going on in my mind at one time. So like now it's kind of like when I get on stage, it's more so like an outlet. Like I get to show my ass. Like I don't know if I cuss on here, but I get to like show my ass and like and like, you know, really show them who I am, what I've been working on. Now it's kind of like a proud moment. Like, oh, I get to finally show these people what I've been doing like for so long, or like what I've been doing these past couple of months. They get to listen to what I'm doing or what I'm working on. So now it's more I'm more anxious to get on stage. So I'm not scared anymore. It's not like, because now it's like I get on stage and I really don't care what y'all think or how people see me or if they feel like I'm singing it right, because it's like, it's my song. How can you tell me I'm not singing it right? And it's like, it's just a lot less pressure now. Like I put a whole lot of pressure on it when I first started versus now it's just kind of like, I get on stage and I just, feel it. It's really, I get on there and might not even know what song I'm singing. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna just do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's a whole lot more fun now. It's a lot less pressure now because I feel like I have complete control than it was before when I was singing other people's songs and other stuff. It's just, it's just a whole lot more comfortable now.
And also on the performing growth, that means you got more confidence when in writing your music. So talk
Mhm.
about that growth, the in between with that.
Yeah, so I was never one to think that I could write music. My very first song, Niggas Like You, was written for me by an amazing songwriter. And Brandon J. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of him, but his name is Brandon J. And he's amazing. He's amazing songwriter. So like I was really truly blessed to link with somebody like him. But seeing him do that and being in his element just kind of like confirmed in me that it was not something that I can do. So like when my mom challenged me to start writing she always just said, I feel like you can write your own stuff. I feel like you can write your own stuff. I've never been a poet, never been a songwriter, never done any. And people who write music, they come from a line of poetry writing or they've done this before in some certain way. But for me, it was completely new. So when I put my mind to it and I actually did it and I wrote my very first song, which was Drop Your Location, it kind of like, it just, I don't know, it kind of like scared me. I was like, oh shit, like I could probably do this if I try hard. You know what I'm saying? So like when I started writing and everything like that, it became something that I now depend on. So now it's like a feeling inside of me where I feel like overwhelmed when it's just because I was never good at expressing my feelings. So I just thought that that's the way I was. I just wasn't a feeling expresser. But now that I write music, it's kind of like, oh, I feel like I have to get this off my chest. I feel like, I have to do something. I have to say something. I just write it. Okay, now I feel a whole lot better. So now even if I don't record it or if I don't, make this a thing, it's still like, good for me, an outlet for me, if that makes sense.
That's dope. That's dope. So speaking with Drop Your Location, you said it was the first song that you actually wrote for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know with each song you feel like you're getting better, you're progressing. When did it actually like click for you? Like, okay, I'm good at performing, I'm good at writing my own music, I'm good at producing. I'm just good at it. It clicked. When was that for you?
I would say when I did my first performance with Drop Your Location. Um, when that song dropped, it was really scary for me. I'm not gonna lie. I said that it wasn't because I'm like, no, this is me. You know what I'm saying? Like this is 100% me. This is what I'm doing. These are my words. This is my story. So when I first performed it and I got the crowd's reaction back and like started paying attention to the views and listens and things like that, I was like, maybe I do have a real future in this. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe this isn't just a hobby. This is more than just a hobby for me. I was like, because people will come and start saying, oh, you have talent, like you have talent, like this is lit, like where can I find this song? And people don't think that little stuff that non-artists do to local artists when you walk up to them and ask them where can I find this song, or oh my god, like your feedback, honestly, your genuine feedback, that really like fuels a flame on the inside of us as local artists. And I'm sure you understand like that kind of stuff. It's like, okay, I'm not doing it for just my mom. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah.
doing it for just my sisters and my immediate family. Like this is more than something I'm gonna do at the cookout. Like this is something that's actually touching the souls and hearts, and people are relating. Like, oh my god, like I listen to this song. When people start coming up to me, I listen to this song every morning. I put this on my plate. Like that stuff, I'm just like, it still bugs me out. Like I cannot believe like more than just my family is even listening to this. You know what I'm saying? Like so at that point is when I realized like, okay, I think I'm pretty good. Like there's always room for growth because I still feel like when I write music today or if I record a song today, I still feel like, I'm not where I want to be, obviously, or like I'm not as good as, I'm always gonna feel that way because I'm a perfectionist. But it's like, now I at least have like the fire, the drive to get in there and try it again and try new things and try singing it a different way, or pushing myself to the limit to where like, okay, let me try this style of song. Still trying to find my sound. Like I still don't feel like I'm a real artist yet, because I feel like I switch up, or I want to be so versatile that I don't really know what is my sound,
Lane.
So,
Yep.
like I feel like
Mhm.
I could jump in so many different genres that is kind of like, okay, what genre do I belong in? What genre is Dooozy, and I don't know yet. So I feel like, I don't know, that definitely fuels the flame in me. It's definitely the other people's feedback, you know.
So the biggest stereotype of R&B artists that is the only way they can make a good song is if they're sad. I don't think that's true. I know a lot of R&B artists that can make music anytime they want to. But
Right.
for you personally, what like puts you in the zone? Like, what does your like feng shui have to be in order to write a song?
Okay. I definitely don't have to be sad. Um, I've learned that I put the pen down when I'm sad, which is not a right thing to do, but I'm not an emotional person, and I hate to sit in emotion. And that's something that I'm trying to do with my music. I want people to feel my music. Like I feel like people are listening, like, oh, that's a nice song, cute bop. You know what I'm saying? I'll play that like when I'm driving or something like that. But I want people to listen to this when they feel like this. You know what I'm saying? So like I think the way it has to be, excuse me, the way it has to be in order for me to write is like, for one, it has to be completely silent. I'm learning now to be in a position where I can be able to write a song wherever I am, because what I want to be, I don't just want to be an artist, I want to be a songwriter. So it's like, in the industry, they're going to call you to the studio and you have to write a song in the studio. You know what I'm saying? I can't really be in my room. But if I had to like place it myself, and how I need it to be 100% quiet. I need it to be light. I need it to be natural sunlight in the room. I need to be able to feel the weather outside. I need to be able to feel 100% what I'm feeling right now. Like I need it to be quiet, nobody around, completely by myself. Like not even in the house. Like I can't even be in a room and know that somebody's in the living room. That's not going to work. Like I need like complete I need to be completely by myself, isolated. Like that's when I feel like I write the best, when I'm completely isolated. Because I feel like there's no outside opinion, there's no energies, there's just me. Like I'm sitting in me right now. That's probably the best way to do it for me.
So is your song in album mode an angry song in album mode where you just like, all right, everybody shut up, be quiet, let me do what I gotta do? Are you that type of
No,
writer?
it's no, I'm not like that. Like because I'm so open to when I want it, I'm
Mhm.
so open to other opinions when I'm writing music, because I found like what I found out recently, like this past year, is that I'm cool by myself. I do a good job by myself. I can do this by myself. But with other people, it's so much more efficient. It gets things are done faster. Things are done like, I don't know, like I could take it to a whole nother level, because the power of somebody else's mind, like another creative's mind, is wild to me. Like I'll be so stuck in this one melody or this one tempo or this one style, and then somebody will be like, hey, try to sing it like this. And then I'll sing it like this, and that'll stem something totally different. And now I'm all the way off tangent, but it's so fire, like it's so creative. And it's like, that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this album, I don't want to do it by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I know I could, but I honestly genuinely don't want to do it by myself. I feel like if I did it with other local artists or other people who are just as creative as I am, or people who genuinely want to see others win, and like for me, I'm a huge energy person, so I feel like the people in the room when I'm working on my energy or working on my album, it has to be their energy has to be the same as mine. Like we all want to see everybody win. Like I'm gonna give everybody credit who helps, but that's not what this is about right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not opposed to other people helping, because that's definitely what I want. But it's just got to be the right people, because not
Yeah.
everybody want to see you win.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you.
Hmm.
So, talk about the Columbia music scene, because growing up, it was either like Atlanta for us, North Carolina. There wasn't really that many popping Columbia artists, but now I feel like it is a huge, huge come up. Like a
Yeah.
lot of Columbia artists are coming up. How do you
Yeah.
feel
I
about that?
honestly, I feel like these past couple of years, Columbia's been in the up and up as far as local artists are concerned.
Yeah.
And not even just Columbia, just like the Carolinas in general. I feel like the Carolinas are getting a lot more light than normal. But one thing that the Carolinas lack that Atlanta doesn't so much lack, or the other music, the music areas, is that they're so in sync. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a clique. All these groups work together in order to see at least one person from their group make it. So they pull everybody up. Everybody knows if you're an artist in Atlanta, if one person blows up, their whole crew blows up. Like they're united. You know what I'm saying? In Colombia, it's not like that. Nobody is really united. Nobody wants to see anybody else win. Everybody wants to win for themselves. It's all for one in Colombia, which makes it so hard to get out of Colombia. Because I feel like, yeah, these people are sprouting up and like coming up and making it and things like that. But if we all made a noise as local artists in Colombia, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot more people would be able to thrive. But, until we understand that as a whole, we're gonna be where we at. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why people in Colombia constantly move out of Colombia. Nobody stays in Colombia. There's very few people in Colombia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I want to put Colombia on my back. Like I do. I want to, like, if I make it, I want to put everybody on, as many people as I possibly can, because it's not hurting me. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm on, why wouldn't I bring everybody on? You know what I'm saying? Like why would it's not a popularity game, and that's how everybody plays it. Like in Colombia, it's all about popularity. If you don't have popularity, then you're not it. Period. That's just not. It's not about talent here, and I just wish that it was, but it's just not. But I mean, we're on the up and up. If we just, gather and unite, I feel like we could really make the Carolinas Atlanta. But nobody really wants to hear.
What do you think is something that could change that? Do you think we just need to start doing more like collective shows or like meet and greets? Like you go to Atlanta, they have like something like every other week where just local artists come out, perform, meet and greets, things like that. So what do you think could help improve that?
Yeah, I want to say that it really starts with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like, for example, like my parents, they understand the struggles of a local artist, especially minorities. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like the attention that we give black owned restaurants and black owned businesses, because now it's in to be a black owned business, it's in to be black, if you want to say, like, it's in now. So like if we like get with these black owned businesses, and as black people, you know what I'm saying, if we get with these black owned businesses or just new businesses or mom and pop shops, and we contact them and talk to them about what we're trying to do, we're just trying to, like, find an outlet for our creativity, and we, like, help them in a business aspect for it, and do things like that. I feel like we're killing two birds with one stone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like we all gather and create groups and touch these businesses and help them. They'll help us in that way. You know what I'm saying? I just sit and think about this stuff all the time, because my parents are in the business. They're business owners, so it's like my parents understand that, so they're going to try to perform. I mean, they're going to try to provide a platform for local artists in any aspect that they possibly can, because they know the struggles. So I feel like as local artists, if we express the struggles that we go through, I feel like a lot of these businesses will help us. That's all it takes, is networking and being out there and showing people what we can do. So if these businesses were to allow us to do so, if, like, just come up with like a day, a local artist day. So we have like live music and they come in and they perform. You know what I'm saying? Like just little things like that. Nowadays it's all a gimmick. It's like if you're not paying $150 to perform here, you can't do it.
Not helping me, I'm
Straight
not gonna
like
help
that.
you. Yeah.
Right. Everybody's looking for a dollar amount. It's like who has the most money. That's how you make it, literally. It's like who has the most money. If you got more money than this person, then yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's all about who has the most money. So if we like take the money out of it, or like slow it down just a little bit and like help people, I don't know. I be trying to save world hunger. So it's be sounding crazy when I say it out loud. But I mean, I just really feel like that's one of the ways that we could do it.
So, and also speaking on being a black woman making music, I feel like in the last probably like 10, 15 years, we've seen a big turnaround. Because before, I feel like women weren't really respected in music. It was like either you sing or that's it. And
Mm-hmm.
now I feel like it's a lot of women that out rap a lot of men. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not just about singing anymore. It's down to music. So how do you feel
Absolutely.
about that transition? That we're all on the same page now. I feel like personally.
I love to see it. I
Mhm.
love to see it. I do love to see it because it's like in the music industry, it's so hard for females already. So to see females get recognition for the same things that men been doing for years, finally, it's good to see it. Like I just love to see it. Like even though I'm a typical, female who sings, but I do love, which is weird. I'm an R&B artist, but it's very rare that I listen to R&B. I'm just put that out there. Very rare that I listen to R&B. I'm more so female rappers. Like that's what I like to hear. And I know as soon as a female says that she listens to female rappers, we all go to the City Girls. I probably know 2 songs by the City Girls, but I just love female rappers, and I just love to see us like on top now. Like females I feel like are slowly but surely taking over the music game. Like it's really a lot about females nowadays, and I just love to see it because we lit too. Like females are lit too. Don't get me wrong, my guys really do be showing out. But it's like us females, we got it too. Like, what I'm saying? Give us
Hmm.
a minute to shine.
Yeah.
So I just love to see it though.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Cause not like back then, like I said, a woman couldn't rap about pulling up on nobody, shooting somebody, or just stuff like that. But
Nah.
now, some people got some wordplay and some bars out there
They
for
get
sure,
into it. They
for
get
sure, for
into it.
sure. So back to you though. What goes to your inspiration for like music videos and your different photo shoots? Cause like you can see like it's creative, like it just comes out of nowhere. It feels like what goes into that? Is that all you or just with your team?
So a lot of it is me, but I have to give it to my team as well because my team, who I consider my team, is, my parents, my sister, and my best friend. That's my team. And I feel like really more so my creative team is my older sister and my best friend. And those two, like what we do on the daily basis, like how we interact with each other, we consume so much of each other's time and energy that we literally feed off of each other. So it's kind of like what I like my music videos or like how I take pictures or what I'm taking pictures of at the moment has a lot to do with where I am right now. Mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that has a lot to do with what I'm doing right now, how I'm feeling right now. Like right now, I'm in the space where serenity is so important to me. Like peace is so important to me, being by myself and like really getting to know myself. Like that's really important to me. So I'm more so in tune with what I'm looking at around me now. So like I'm more so seeing the beauty in a lot of other things other than just me taking a picture of myself. So like I want to show nature. I want to show where I'm at. I want to show this place and its aesthetics. Like I want to show what I'm looking at, more so me. You know what I'm saying? Like people know what I look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, y'all can see what I look like. But I really want y'all to see what I'm looking at and how it's making me feel. I want you to feel it. So that's my biggest thing. Like I'm real visual. So I want people to really feel what they're looking at, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So are you like well, with your photo shoots, for example, is it like next week I'm gonna go to such and such thing, or is it just like, hey y'all, let's go get up and take some pictures. I'm feeling like this. Is which one are you more leaning towards?
I'm more so how it happens is it's more so like y'all, let's get cute and go find something to do. Like let's go find somewhere or something nice to look at. You know what I'm saying? And like we'll get there and we'll be like, wow, that's a beautiful corner. Let's take a picture of that corner or let's be in that corner. Let's be in that space. Like that seems like a vibe. We're more so into like vibes. So it's like, okay, not a lot of people go here. We first of all, we run away from people. You will not find us where there's a huge group of people. Like I'm
Yeah.
not really trying to be in where a lot of people are, but it's that's usually how it happens. Like, okay, like we'll wake up and be like, okay, let's take some pictures today. Okay, cool. So we got the fit. Boom. All right, let's go find somewhere where we feel like is a pretty place or a nice place or a good vibe. We'll ride down the street and look for, like, no, that's the corner. That's definitely the corner. That's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's never really planned out as it should be, but it's just we just really go with the flow kind of thing, like whatever feels right.
And I heard you touched on it briefly when we was talking about black businesses, but talk about your parents having their own business and you all in
Yeah.
it. I think that's like really, really dope, especially for a black person. My aunt, she's an entrepreneur. She has her own after school care and just seeing like
Oh.
black businesses on the come up. I think that's pretty dope.
Hmm. Yeah, it's yeah. Honestly, my parents, I really, hats off to them. honestly and truly. Like I've watched this business go from nothing to where it is now. Like for people who don't know, my parents own the donut guy, which is now downtown on Lincoln Street. So it's
The
like
donut
first,
guys.
yeah, the donut guy. So like we've been doing this for maybe like 10, 13 years or so, roughly around there. And like to see it come make its way all the way downtown Columbia is just like amazing. Like, you know, the black, like I said, black owned businesses are really in now. The amount of people that come in asking if we're black owned is just like crazy. Like we even get, you know, people of other races. Like I don't know, a little boy who was of a different race. He walked in the building and the very first thing he said, he was like, "Oh my God, Daddy, they're black." And his dad was so embarrassed, but the little boy was so excited to see that we were African American. And I just thought it was just the cutest thing ever. It just shows you that it's trending right now. Everybody wants to be in a space where black people are owned now. They want to support the black people. You know, they want to do everything that they can, which is as a business owner, it's a blessing. It's like a really good place to be right now. Like as far as, you know, being a black business owner. But you know, I really commend my parents. You know, they really stuck with it. It just shows you how consistency really is everything. And like, I don't know, business is great and it's just, you know, real smooth. I just really, I'm proud of them. Like, you know, I put my work in, you know, I did what I can, but at the end of the day, this is their business and I'm super
Yeah.
proud of them. Like, it's just so
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah, and I would also want to say this about it. Like, it's not just downtown; it's in the Vista. Like, it's in the Vista. It's not just downtown, a random spot. It's in the Vista. So
Right.
that's definitely pretty dope. But talk
Mhm.
about your relationship real quick with your parents, because every time I see you perform, we did shows together. They're always there. Every time they're always there. So just talk about that support system.
My parents have always been 10 toes down when it comes to my music. They've never looked at it as a hobby. They never looked at it as something I just like to do. It's always they're business owners. So, you know, it's always been a business with them. And one thing about it is that they are my biggest supporters. They hear every song I've ever sang, ever written, ever recorded. They hear everything. And they're completely, I mean, some say they might be biased, but I mean my parents are not above telling me that the shit's whack. You know, they will definitely say, you know, this shit's not it. Like, you know, and I appreciate that, you know, coming from your parents, you know, I really do appreciate that. But they've always been like my mom has spent countless dollars on, you know, industry boot camps and singing lessons and singing classes. Like my mom has always, especially my mom, like my mom has always seen it in me. Like since I was 2, she has seen the vision. So my dad, he's a music buff, so he listens to a lot of different artists and different genres. My dad listens to everything from pop to, you know, hard rock to rap. Like he listens to everything. So like having somebody like that in my right hand corner is really, really important because you know he understands the how versatile I like to be. So it's like he can appreciate every style that I bring to him, which is very,
Yeah.
very important. So like I really couldn't ask for better parents when it comes because I hear the stories of how some parents don't support their kids with their music industry. They think that they should be doctors and everything like that. But my parents are 100% 10 toes down for my creativity, and they're honestly genuinely amazed every time I bring a song to them at how I could really make words come to life. So I don't know that without them, I probably would not be doing music. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be doing it at all if it wasn't for them.
All right, we're getting down to it. Starting this new segment, you're gonna be the first person to do it. My favorite number is 7. So I have 7 rapid fire questions. You have 3 seconds to answer each question. 3
Okay.
seconds. And I'm gonna be
Okay.
counting. All
All
right,
right.
let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. Let's get it.
All right. Favorite food,
Spaghetti.
favorite artist,
Kaylani.
favorite liquor,
Ciroc French brandy.
favorite candy,
Rips.
favorite shoe you own.
I have some furry heels that I wore this weekend, and they're my favorite shoes. Period.
Your favorite tattoo.
It's probably the one on my neck. It's a cupid.
Okay. And the favorite song you made.
I have a new song called "Waste My Time" that hasn't come out yet, but it's definitely my favorite song I've ever written.
Okay. All right. That's 7 for 7. All right. 7 for 7. I just want to say I appreciate you coming on the show. Learn some good little gems and nuggets about you. We appreciate you. Keep grinding, keep
Thank
shining,
you.
keep going.
Thank
Anything you want to
you.
tell us that's coming up for you?
Well, I'm working on my album, so be on the lookout for that. I'll drop snippets as much as I possibly can, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna drop a new song next month called "Waste My Time" that I really feel like you guys will freaking love. And I do also want to say I appreciate you, reaching out to me and having me on
Most
this show.
definitely.
Like, this is the dope ass thing that you're doing, and I'm so fucking proud of you. And we'll talk about that later. But I mean, I'm just so proud of everything that you're doing, and I really appreciate it. I
Appreciate
ain't
it.
even trying to cry on here, but I really do appreciate you asking me to be on here. I'm just
Oh
so
yeah.
fucking proud of you. But yeah.
All right.